Hello, my friends! Hey! Hello! How are we all doing? How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? It's good to be back! It's good to be back on the old live stream. I'm excited. Can everyone hear the music? The music and the voices, are they the right levels? You know how it is. Just keep checking in with me and I'll tweak the various knobs and stuff. It is good to be back on the stream. I feel happy. I missed you all. I missed live streaming. Fun times. Got my cup of tea in my octopus mug. Hey. Hello to everyone in the chat. Music's good. All right. Beautiful. Very happy to hear it. Voices peaking. Let me just turn myself down a little bit. There you go. Okay, music can be a little louder. Well, all right. Let me turn it up a little bit. All right. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome. If it's your first time on the live stream, then extra double special welcome to you. The rules are, we like to keep things cool. We like to keep things chill. We like things to be relaxed. We also like to start by lighting a candle. Oh my gosh, thank you to Hey Non Anonymous for that super chat. 6 months on T, voice so low and sexy. I'm not gonna do my low voice, but congratulations. I can still do it, but special occasions only. Listen to Kill James Bond, I do it occasionally on there. Just to be fun. Let's start by lighting a candle. Set the mood. Hey Non Anonymous, you've just reminded me that if anyone super chats me over the course of the stream, I always do my best to shout that out. If you're going to super chat me a question, then it's always best to keep it a simple and a quick one. Because, you know, the chat tends to run by pretty fast and I'm trying to spin all kinds of plates, keep things, keep things going on the old stream. Let me just open up my notes folder here. Okay, cool. We got that for later. So, how was everyone's Christmas? How was everyone's New Year? Mine was pretty good. I had a good Christmas. I took December off, as I normally do. And I had a really, really nice holiday. And then I can't tell you about some of the things I've been doing, but I can tell you about some of them. So, on this stream, I want to talk a little bit about the Prince premiere in New York, which just got announced a few hours ago. So I'll tell you all about that. And also I can tell you, I can finally, I can talk about Django, because Django comes out on the 17th. Django comes out on the 17th of February, which it's all happening in like the third week of February. So we got the Prince, and then we got Django as well. Thank you so much to Lizzie Pointer-Horse for that super chat. Last episode came out less than a month after I realized I was trans. Bit harrowing, but it's been wonderful. Oh, cool! I'm really glad. Congratulations. I can finally talk about Django as well, which is really cool. I can talk about the next episode of Philosophy Tube too. That's the third thing. That is going to be filmed on the 7th of February. And I can tell you what it's all about and stuff. Thank you so much, Alan Baxter, for that. And you like Kill James Bond too. That's awesome. I can tell you about the next episode of Philosophy Tube. It's going to be filmed on the 7th. And then, I was hoping to film it earlier in this month in January, but actually, I'm filming I can't say what it is, but I'm filming a TV series throughout January and the first week of Feb. I have a small part it's a small part, but in a big thing. So I can't tell you about it, but that's what I've been doing. Actually, we've been filming nights for the last 2 weeks, and I had yesterday and today off. I've got Saturday, Sunday off, and then I'm straight back to it on Monday. So when they told me I was going to have these 2 days off, I was like, oh good, I finally get to do the stream. We need to do the stream. And we could talk a little bit about the last year of Philosophy Tube as well. But yeah. So which do we want to learn about first? Want to talk about the Prince first, or Django first, or Philosophy Tube first? What's the vibe in chat? How are people feeling tonight? Good to see you again too. What's your screen name? Picaya Grasslands. Good to see you. Chris G, I'm not a nightmare tease. It's just that, like, I've signed an NDA. I can't tell you about big spoilery things. So people are saying you want to know about the Prince first. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of votes for Prince. All right, we're going to talk about the Prince first, and then we'll have a vote again. So you may remember that in September, October last year, my play, The Prince, was on in London, and we did like a whole run. It was recorded, and the recording is going to go on Nebula. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently it's really good, and it will be out on Nebula on the 16th of February. So you'll be able to see it then. Jennifer Nagel can't say anything about anything there. Sorry. Yeah. The Prince is going to be on Nebula from the 16th of Feb. To celebrate, because it did really, really well. Like, it won an Off West End award, and I at the very least, it's in the Broadway World Awards haven't been announced yet, but we're in a strong position for quite a few of them. Or we were when voting closed. It's out of my hands now. So to celebrate it, and also because Nebula made their money back and we're really happy with it, because Nebula are American, of course they like to do things big, and they want to have a red carpet film premiere in New York City on the evening of the 15th of February. So I'm gonna be at that. And if you want to be there too, then you can. Tickets are free. There's a link where you can click and you can sign up on my Twitter. They're free, and they're exclusively for Nebula subscribers. So yeah, if you want to come be on the red carpet with me, then 15th of Feb. It's gonna be. I'm really excited. I'm kind of nervous. Because the event side of things isn't at all being organised by me. Nebula are very much just like, we handle it, we'll do it, we'll take care of it. And I'm quite an anxious person. And also, just from doing YouTube, I'm used to doing it all myself. I plan it, I do the production and everything. So letting other people take care of things and be like, do we have a graphic for this? Is this been made? Is the trailer been cut? They're like, don't worry about it, it's all taken care of. Just be cool. So I've got to get myself a really nice dress, and gonna make sure my makeup and my hair are done nice, and fly to New York. And oh my gosh, I've invited pretty much every clouted up trans woman on the East Coast, and several trans influencers who aren't even on the East Coast. I'm messaging people in Canada yo, do you want to come? Because they're giving me loads of free tickets. So I've just DM'd everyone. So I don't know, maybe I shouldn't announce who's gonna be there because they might not want to. But a bunch of this sounds so glamorous and yet parochial, which is just the fantastic queer experience, right? So many people from big clout trans Twitter are gonna be there. All the dolls are gonna be out. Almost all the dolls are gonna be out. So it should be a really special evening. Also, so it turns out that I know two kinds of people in the US. One is smoking hot trans women, and two is podcasters. So there's a bunch of other podcasters who I'm friends with who are gonna come, and yeah, a bunch of my other friends. Kim Petras almost certainly not. I'm afraid I didn't even invite Kim. But also hopefully some acting industry people. Casting directors, producers, people of this nature. Invite Blair White just to start fights. Tempting. Maybe not. So yeah, hopefully some industry people will come, and then we'll see about maybe getting the Prince to New York. That's not within my control. Basically, we would need money to do that. So we'll see. People say there's a hell of a Venn diagram between what's the intersection size of smoking hot trans women and podcaster. I feel like the intersection is me, actually. So it's quite good to have people from both worlds. Not necessarily calling myself a smoking hot as some of the professional models and people who are going to be there, but so yeah, that's going to be New York on the 15th. I'm excited. I don't know exactly what the shape of the evening was going to be. There was talk of maybe me doing a Q&A afterwards, and I'm sure if people do want to turn up, people were asking me the other day about like getting signed copies of The Prince. If you turn up, I'll happily do that on the red carpet. Like, we can hang out, it'll be fine. Communist Llama, thank you so much for that super chat. Oh, cool! You're making your own film inspired by The Prince. That's awesome. So yeah, if you want to turn up and hang out on the red carpet with me and a bunch of podcasters and some smoking hot Twitter trans, then come along to New York. Thank you so much, Alex Obery. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. That's cool. So yeah, that's kind of amazing. It hasn't really sunk in. I try not to believe it, but someone is texting me saying, "Oh my god." Shut up, person who's texting me. Shut up. Okay, fine. There, okay. Is that better? A friend of mine's just texting me being like, why are you blocking your tits with the microphone? You're a terrible titty streamer. Like, screw you. You dickhead. Yeah, it's kind of unbelievable it's kind of unbelievable that my debut play is like winning awards, and then it's gonna get a thing at like a premiere in New York. It's unbelievable. Oh my gosh, I didn't even mention there's another thing too. Thank your friend for me. Yeah, actually, I'll talk about my outfit and then I'll go back to The Prince. In fact, no, let's finish The Prince stuff first. If you can't make it to New York, then I don't know the details of this yet, but I'm told that The Prince is going to be screened in select cinemas in a couple of cities in the US. So I don't know when or where that's going to be, but yeah, that's also going to happen, which is unbelievable. Yeah, crazy. I'm kind of intimidated by that. It's my first ever show, and it's it's doing really well. It's going to be in cinemas. Like, I can't believe it. Thank you so much, Davey Sockrocker, for that super chat. Yeah, it's wow. So that's exciting, and maybe something more comes of it. Maybe it doesn't. How can I facilitate this in New York City, says En. You can just come to the one in New York. It's being screened in a cinema in New York. Just come to the premiere. Then you'll get to see it, and I'll be there too. The other ones I don't know. I don't think I'll be there at the others. I can't just like do a tour of the US. I've got stuff to do. But yeah, it's kind of amazing. We'll see whether anything comes of it, and if it does, yeah. So Jamie Does Math says, my friend runs a cinema in the UK and wants to know about screening it. Get in touch with Nebula, because they're the ones who control that. So yeah, not within my power, I'm afraid. Anyway, that's The Prince. That's what's happening with it. I'm excited. I watched the behind the scenes documentary the other day, which was kind of challenging in a way. I guess whenever a show ends, there's a period of grief that comes with that, and I was so busy after The Prince that it sort of didn't really hit me that it was over. And looking back on it, I was like, oh, it's over now. And also it was just quite difficult because even in the last 6 months, my face and my body have changed quite a lot. And it was actually hard to look back on, like, even 6 months ago. I was like, wow, I've really my face has really continued to do that thing that it does on its own without any kind of medical help. Incredible, isn't it? God knows why that happens. My body just does this. Yeah, my body just totally did this on its own. It's just completely Will you do it again? Says Armand Gooks. You mean the prince? That's not within my control. If somebody gives us like $1 million, then we can do it again. We could do it in the US, but that's not within my power. Yeah. So yeah, the prince. Anyway, the outfit. Yeah, it's apparently it's called a layering top. I went clothes shopping a while ago with someone who has very different style than me, and I got quite inspired. And I got this. Basically, it's just like a sheer top, and then you wear laundry underneath it, and then that's what that is. So it's just a sheer top layered over this like this teddy, which I have to be quite careful with because it's actually designed to have your nipples come through it, so I have to be a little bit careful. The Comic Platypus says, how's Turf Island at the moment? Real normal. Things are going real good. Real normal. Everyone's having a great time on Turf Island. I like it too because it's got this like little thumb hole things. I got some new perfume recently as well, which a little bit careful what I say here. I got some new perfume, which allegedly, I don't know how true this is, but allegedly it has pheromones in it that make people attracted to you, or that if they're already attracted to you, it means they will notice the perfume more. And I've been wearing it the last couple of days. Hasn't really seemed to change anyone else's behaviour towards me, although I also haven't really been out of the house because I don't wear perfume when I go on set, so yeah. Ripley Simmer says, I'm going to be going to a trans clothing swap near me soon and donate some of my feminine clothing. That's really cool. It's a cool idea. I've got a whole bunch of clothes I don't need downstairs, which I think I'm going to take to a trans clothing swap at some point this year, because I'm going to have to move out of this flat in 6 months, which is annoying. But I'll probably donate all my old clothes and some old Philosophy Tube costumes. There's there's a charity that does clothes swaps for trans kids. So I might take them along and make some kids' day. So I just be like, do you want all the costumes from Philosophy Tube? Just have them, just take them. Oh yeah, I was talking about my perfume. Yeah, I got some new perfume that has pheromones in it, and allegedly it makes people horny. And I don't know, I like it. I like it a lot. It smells good. It smells like marshmallows and sugar. I'm glad to be back on stream. I'm feeling good. First 2 weeks of January were difficult for personal reasons, romantic reasons. But then I bounced back, Badum. Friends helped me through it. It was good stuff. Charity auction, says Miranda Kitaita. Yeah, maybe, but I could just go along and donate them and surprise someone and make someone's day, I don't think I need to. It would take a lot of effort to set up a charity auction, whereas I could just go along and just be like, hi, here's all your, here's some great fits. Plot twist, the perfume just makes you horny. Yeah, very possibly. I got the recommendation from someone else. I went on some dates with someone and she had it. And I'm like, damn, that's good. I'm gonna have that. So, yeah. What happened to the Blahaj, or however that's pronounced? It's downstairs. I still haven't named it. I just keep calling it Blahaj for now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't need to name it. It'll name itself in time. Davey Sockrocker says, I imagine all your suitors bow down and write checks. It sounds super easy. No, I don't like that. I don't like it when people do that. In fact, the reason I went on dates with the person with the horny perfume is precisely because she did not know who I was and did not care when she found out. She was like, I don't give a shit. And I was like, okay, great. Good stuff. Tanisha Basu says, why are you moving out? Because the landlords are going to come back and they're going to live in this flat again. They've been away the last couple of years and they want to come back and live here, so they're gonna push me out. So I'm actually going to view a flat tomorrow. I'm way ahead of the curve on it, but it's a nice flat, so I might just be like, hey, you know, it's good. I might at least suss out the neighborhood, you know, because I think I found what kind of neighborhood I want to live in, so I'll go and check that out a little bit. So, yeah. You named your black house Billy. That's nice. Nice. Do I know where I'm gonna live next? Nope. No, I don't. I think I have my eye on a particular neighborhood. I do have to stay in London because Philosophy Tube is made here and all the crew live here. And yeah, I've kind of got to. Also, I kind of have to stay here for acting too. Yeah, I think it's gonna be staying in London. Probably, I mean, I got a really good deal on this flat, so I think I'll be lucky to get a good deal on somewhere else like this. It's also what I really like about it is that it's very secure. So I moved here in part because a stalker found my old place, and this one's very secure. It's got like, you know, you can't get in and out easily. So that's something that I'm like concerned on. So the place where I'm gonna live has to have a bath, and it has to have good security. So yeah. London is very expensive, yes it is. I don't have a choice, unfortunately. I have to live here for work. Not just for Philosophy Tube, but also for acting too. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe in the new place I could get a cat. That might be cool. We'll see. I think, you know, I was thinking about that, but then I've been on set the last couple of weeks, or like the last almost 3 weeks. I've been on set, and set is not in London. I can't say where the set is, but I've been like traveling back and forth between here and where the set is. And I'm like, I couldn't do that if I had a cat, you know, or I'd have to pay someone to take care of the cat. So it may be that as if my career, you know, continues in the vein that it is, then I may have to not get a kitty cat. That's okay. We'll see. Thank you, Diaria, for that super chat. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I could get a pair of cats so they have company, but someone's like got to feed them and clean after them, you know? And if I'm away for like 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time, then that's difficult, isn't it? Or even if I'm away for one night. Like I do know an actor who brings his cat with him everywhere, and he has like a special company that transports it internationally, and he like keeps it in his trailer. But also like, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of money. And I feel like you can do that when you're like one of the leads, right? But you can't really do that when you're at the level I'm at. The Comic Platypus says, is there any chance of taking the prince on tour, maybe to Australia? I mean, if you're paying for it, like, we're looking into the possibility of taking it internationally. But that would cost, you know, like I say, like $1 million. That's it. So yeah. We'll see. I may not end up getting this flat tomorrow. It may be when I view it, I don't like it as much as I thought I did. Yeah. We'll see. I've got plenty of time. I'm very much ahead of the curve. And I'll move myself. I think probably somewhere a bit cheaper and somewhere a bit smaller might be the order of the day. Because, I mean, you know, rent has really, really gone up. Like, the amount I'm paying for this place now, I couldn't get a place this nice anymore. They haven't put the rent up in the last 2 years. And I've like, looking at how much I pay in rent and like how much you can get for that on the London property market now. And I'm like, oh, okay. Abigail is going to be living in a smaller house for the next few years. That's just going to have to be what it is. Yeah, all these people on Twitter who seem to think I'm a secret millionaire, and I'm like, I wish. I also looked at buying very, very briefly. I looked at buying a place for like 2 hours, and I was like, this is really depressing. These houses may as well be on Mars. I'm never gonna be able to buy one. But never mind. Never mind. Hey, you can't choose the circumstances. You just gotta play the hand we're given. Maybe if I get a lead role in something, or someday I'll be able to afford a house. But in the meantime, I'm a rent cuck. I'm afraid I'm a soy renter. I'm not a land chad. So, it is what it is. Oh well. But yeah. Why don't we talk a little bit about Django? Maybe I should find you the trailer, actually. It probably won't play super well on here, but I'll be able to give you a glimpse anyway. Django trailer. So, all throughout 2021, I was filming thank you, Edith Spencer, for that super chat. All throughout 2021, I was filming a TV series with Sky called Django, which is so Django was a 60s, I think, cowboy film, and they've adapted it into a 10-part series for Sky. I don't know, and this is not within my control, but I think it will also be on HBO at some point. I don't know. Thank you, My View Live. I'm really glad your students like the videos. But yeah, it's going to be on Sky in the UK, and I think HBO at some point, and I'm in it. I just kind of randomly got the role. I'm kind of nervous to watch it because I feel like I've gotten to be a much better actor since we filmed it, partly because we filmed it, and also that was like 2 years ago, and if I look very different 6 months ago, I'm gonna look like unrecognizable 2 years ago. But hey, series is coming out. So yeah, it's called Django, and it's gonna be out on the 17th of Feb. Yeah, why don't I just show you a little bit of the trailer here? So yeah, you can't hear the sound, but actually the first line in the trailer is mine. I'm like, "Where are you running from, stranger?" That's all me. There's Lisa! That's actually me dragging the coffin. So that's fun. And Matthias! I miss these guys so much. And Nicholas. I miss these guys so much. Oh, it was so much fun filming this. I had such a good time. Oh. It was so amazing there's Numi. It was so amazing to be part of this, so wonderful. Oh, all these sets and everything. It was like a home away from home. I was there for 6 months of the year. Also really funny, loads of people on Twitter thought that this was me. This is not me. This is award-winning Swedish actress Numi Rapace. who is about 15 years older than me, and also 2 feet shorter than me. But I can kind of see it, on screen when you just see this much. Yeah, I can kind of see it. Yeah, I can kind of believe it. But yeah, it's I won't tell you too much what it's about, but Madalena. I won't tell you too much what it's about. I think I'm in one of those wide shots somewhere. Yeah, I won't tell you too much what it's about, but cowboy story. That's actually my hand there. You saw that briefly. You can't outrun your past, so I'm in it. Django. He's on a mission of revenge. He comes to town. I remember when we filmed that scene. Oh, that day was so good. So good. Oh God, I remember that shot. Oof, that took us all night. Nicholas is so wonderful. So Nicholas plays John. That's John there, the guy in the red waistcoat. He's actually looking back at me there. Nicholas is so good, honestly. Just an incredible actor, incredible professional, a great friend. Just a beautiful, beautiful human being. Has anyone seen you and Numi Rapace in the same room? No, because we don't have any scenes together. so the answer to that is no. Yeah, Nicholas is just fantastic. Django. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm just kind of nervous. It's gonna be pretty incredible. Yeah, amazing. I can't tell you too much. I don't think I can tell you. I don't want to give you spoilers either, but my character is called Jess, and when Django comes to town, Jess is in the town, and that's Jennifer Nagel. Thank you for that super chat, and thank you also Matriarchetype. Cool name. I don't think they're really keeping my role a secret, but just I signed an NDA when I got the role that I wouldn't disclose too much, and I'm erring on the side of caution. Yeah, my character's called Jess, and she's one of the people in the town when Django comes to town, and I love Jess so much. Like, it was so good. It was so good playing Jess. And like, Django is so, you know, like cowboy, like rough, like rah, 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 like violence, and it's I really enjoyed bringing kind of like a softness and I guess like a love, like a romance, like a, you know, I just really enjoyed bringing that kind of energy to the world of Django. And also, like, the world of Django is also very, very serious, right? Like even so Lisa Vicari, who has a central role in it that I won't spoil. Lisa's character is quite serious. It's nice that Jess is. Am I in multiple episodes? Yeah, I think I'm in almost every episode. In some capacity. I think I'm like, you know, a little bit, but I'm there. Jess is so. It's nice that Jess is like, she's like a little bit funny sometimes. She just brings a lightness to it, and I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed playing that role and like being in that world, like, you know, playing that part was just so rewarding, and just being there, just being on this movie set halfway up a mountain in Transylvania, and they built the whole town. There's not like CGI backgrounds or anything. Like, they built the entire Wild West town, interiors included, and there's like a real practical set. And then like I'm there. I'm in you know 19th century dress and a corset, doing like Keira Knightley in the Wild West. It was so good. I had such a good time. Like, fantastic. And everyone was just so lovely. Yeah, and it was just a hell of a project for a junior actor. Kind of threw me into the deep end a little bit. I was also like kind of amazed that, you know, I did one self-tape and got the role. There was no like, you know, they'll like come in and do like a chemistry check with Matthias. Like, first time I met Matthias was when he strolled on set for our first scene. I was like, hey, how you doing? That was it. Like, so like very much like sink or swim. Yeah, I did my best. I'm kind of nervous. I'm gonna let my friends watch it and tell me what they think. I know some of the other people. I'm in touch with some of the other people who were in it, and they're like, "Nah, I'm not gonna watch it." Like, they never do, and I'm just like, scared. But I hope people enjoy it, and you know, yes, it's Armin Gux. You're exactly right. It's a lot of trust they put in you when they, you know, when you get cast in something like that. It was kind of amazing. It's actually quite nice. Actually, is I'm in a show. I'm filming a show at the moment, the one I'm doing night shoots for. And again, I can't tell you what it is, but that is a bigger than Django production. My role isn't as big as it was in Django, but it's the show itself is big. And it's kind of amazing when they're like, okay, here's this, you know, if you've got like the show and it's this like, you know, $200 million thing, and the leads are the ones who are carrying it most of the time, and the director's carrying it, and then, you know, the producer and everyone, they're like carrying it, and then and then, you know, they give it to you, and when you're a small part, you get to hold it for a little bit, but they got to trust you to, like, can you handle this, like, $200 million thing for, like, the time that you're on screen and the time that you're on set, and it's a lot of trust and a lot of pressure, but it's really, really good. McCloud 2692, it's the 1966 film. It's very, very loosely adapting that into a 10-part series, so yeah, it's kind of unbelievable. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited and terrified at the same time. Yeah, wild, unbelievable. Would you ever do a Marvel-esque deal, says Lucy? I'm not really sure what you mean by that. But yeah, it was a fantastic time. I'm really looking forward to it coming out. No, I'm not going to show you my audition tape, partly because I didn't keep it. I don't keep my audition tapes. But I can tell you a fun story. So the audition was one self-tape. No one else was in the room. I actually recorded the other lines to be read to me. And the scene was Django comes into Jess's room in the night to ask her for something. And wakes her up. And I I made a choice. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it naked. So I, like, wrapped myself in a bedsheet and did the audition nude. And I kind of played it as like, oh, you've just kind of, like, you surprised me in the night, like, hey, cowboy, like, like, she wasn't entirely, like, upset that he was in her room. And that's how I played it. And then they called me up and it was like a month and a half went by, and then they were like, you got it, we'll see you in Romania in 2 weeks. I was like, okay. So that was unbelievable. Yeah, it was phenomenal. Did you do your dead voice for the other lines? No, I just recorded it. And they wanted two takes, one with an accent because they were considering giving her an accent and one with a different accent. So in the end, we went for like Jess's English. We went for kind of Keira Knightley, like quite posh vibes. It's quite sort of like this. Can't really remember Jess's voice now. She's sort of faded away. But yeah. Oh. It's such a great time. I really hope there's a Django season 2 someday. It's not within my power, and I don't know anything about it. But I hope there's more. Because I just had such a good time on it. Yeah. Yeah, I should do more auditions naked. Yeah, very much like Keira Knightley in Pirates was what I was kind of like. I was like, okay, anyway, so that's Django. What were we going to talk about? So we had 3 things we were going to talk about. The Prince, Django, and... oh yeah, Philosophy Tube this year. And we can also talk about the last year of Philosophy Tube too. Why don't we do that first? Oh, Charlie McDonnell. Oh, I didn't realize. Has Charlie come out as trans? I don't know. I'm going to try and avoid... I don't know what the situation is. I'm going to try and avoid using pronouns until somebody clarifies on that one. But cool. Anyway, what we're doing... oh, yeah. So, the last year of Philosophy Tube. Let's talk about it. Not the last as in final, but previous. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos last year because I was busy with the Prince. Well, I guess kind of 6 because the 5th one was double length. So, oh, thanks, Alice, for clarifying that. So we started off with Vaccines and Freedom, which I was. Let me try and remember this now. Let's just have a little clickety click. And let's see what we've got. Oh, yes! This one. I did this one, and it was about, It was about, like COVID and vaccines, and we spoke to a bunch of people who... This was it. It was based on some research that Valent did, and we spoke to some people who hadn't been vaccinated and got their opinions about why. I remember this one. I remember being quite proud of this one, and how I was like, oh yeah, we're really doing like social good with video essays. I remember being very pleased about that. So that's nice. Oh yeah, and there was like some minor controversy and like libel surrounding this one. This one, I think, definitely did well in some circles. So like the scientists that I was working with and the academics I was working with to make it really liked it, and that was really nice. I think it was nominated for something, I can't say what, and I don't know whether or not it's won, but it got a really nice response anyway from sort of intellectual academic circles. In terms of views, looks like it got 1.1 million, which is very solid. Certainly not knocking that. Very good, in fact. Ridiculously good. Over 1 million is... I mean, usually if it's got over about 300,000, I'm like pretty happy. So 1.1 million? Yeah, cool, sick. Very happy with that. Oh, this one also came out just after my face did that thing that it did on its own. In fact, we filmed it exactly 1 month after my face did that thing completely on its own. So I think if you go back and watch it, I think I'm actually still very swollen from the time that my face did that thing. So yeah, I remember there were some funny jokes in there as well. Yeah, I remember really enjoying the challenge of writing this one too. Very fulfilling. Thank you very much to that super chat, Nejtvar. Probably butchered the pronunciation of that, but there you go. Comrade Garrett says, I'm taking a course on bioethics this semester. Please tell me you're bringing more stuff like this. Maybe. I'd quite like to do a video on assisted dying at some point. It's been on my list for a while. And I'd quite like to do some stuff about that, and then, maybe touch on MAID, the law in Canada. Because I think that's a kind of interesting, it's an interesting ethical topic that we've never really touched on the show before. Yes, this is the human pussy virus one. So yeah, very pleased with this one. Very fulfilling to make, like intellectually and creatively. And then we did Transhumanism, the World's Most Dangerous Idea, which I think is one of my, just in terms of the aesthetics, this was one of my faves. Great. This was one of my faves, like in terms of the aesthetics that we did. The latex bodysuit that Nanj made. By the way, Lady Gaga, did you think that, I know you're watching, did you think I wouldn't notice that you also went to Dead Lotus Couture and got your latex bodysuit made there a few months after I did? Bitch, get your own look. I'm kidding. Yeah, we had the latex bodysuit made by Nanj from Dead Lotus Couture, and Lady Gaga did recently have one made from the same place there. I'm just saying, I'm a trendsetter, I'm a trailblazer, I'm a fashion icon. So Brian does all the work, the stylist. Alan Baxter really enjoyed the vaccine video. Cool. Yeah, this one I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed this one because the philosophy of technology is something that I'm still very interested in. I found all this stuff about like having that kind of looks slightly indecent. I enjoyed the stuff about like having all the different like philosophy of technology, the way that technology embodies values. I really liked all that kind of stuff, and the nails were really good too. That's such a good like philosophy 2 paragraph. The philosophy of technology is a subject I find very interesting. The nails were really good too. So yeah, I really liked this one. Very bye bye Claire. A really like really enjoyable one to make. Difficult shoot, but very good. I was really happy with like how this one came together in terms of the script. I thought like, the pacing of the script and the way the script builds in this one, I feel is particularly good. I also ran an interesting experiment with this one. So you might have noticed that my more recent like couple of videos have had longer titles. I used to do stuff just like vaccines and freedom, or like what's another one I've done? like a one-word title, like violence and protest, like, you know, just short, punchy titles. But more recently, this is basically because of Mr. Beast, who's really changed the game in terms of YouTube titles. It's all about narrative in title now. And like, I recently did this. I gave $5,000 to a homeless man, and this is what happened next. Like that kind of thing. Or like, we took over a factory and built like a Willy Wonka thing. Like, you've got to have narrative in title. So this one, I experimented with it, right? So I made this video. It was originally just called Transhumanism. And then about sort of 5 or 6 months after it came out, I thought, you know what, I'll run a little experiment and just see, because it's already got most of the views it's going to get. And I changed the title and I called it Transhumanism: the world's most dangerous idea, which I talk about in the video who called it that. And it's now on 1.7 million views. So it's got an additional 700,000 views since I changed the title. And I was like, okay, all right, okie dokie. Like, this Mr. Beast title game works well. So I think that's a game I'm going to continue playing in the new year. You might have also spotted that sometimes I change the title in the first 24-48 hours if a video is like undercooking. So I do sometimes like change it up a little bit just to sort of see what people are responding to. But this is the proof of the pudding. That I even took an old video and, like, you know, revivified it, breathed second life into it. Yeah, Veritasium Diaria has a great video on this and actually I watched that video and Tom Scott sent it to me and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So like, try and identify the most clickbait title you can and then like pull it back a bit from there, like, and then you've got more room to go if you need to. But this one did really well, and I was happy with it too, so that's very, very cool. Was that my most viewed video all year? It was 1.7 million. Cool. And then we did The Hidden Rules of Modern Society, which was originally called Social Constructs. Again, I'm changing it up. So Trixie Mephistopheles, the philosophy tube lawyer, was one of the central personas in that. People really liked. Somebody I know even said, that is by far the hottest look you've done all year. And I was like, really? Even more so than the transhumanism catsuit? She was like, oh yeah, people love the demon. I was like, okay. So, at the moment, I'm not going to promise anything. At the moment, there is a cutaway gag in the script for the next episode where you see Trixie in a swimsuit. So I'm not going to promise that's going to be in there because the pacing may not work. But yeah. So I want to bring Trixie back. I may use Trixie again at some point because we really like her. The wings. So I'm afraid she doesn't have wings in the swimsuit. Sorry. But okay, good to know. This video I really liked. I was kind of a bit frustrated because initially it underperformed. It was one of those ones where I released it and it like bombed and I was like, oh no. And then like I changed the title and it crept up again. It went from like number 10 most recent to like number 3 or 4. So I was pretty like, okay. This was when I was starting to realize the kind of like the title game that can be played. I really like this one intellectually. I think it tells a good story about kind of Detroit and the land theft there. And I think the two main aesthetics, the kind of demon and then Eve. This whole section where I'm talking about Carol Pateman is, I think, one of the things I made last year that I'm most proud of. This section that it's just like I'm sitting down with a book and I'm like explaining this is what it's about. Because I know that people sometimes miss the old days where I just used to sit by my bookshelf and just review stuff, which I kind of can't really do anymore because it's a time commitment that I just can't fit in. So I thought, okay, I want to maybe build that into the main show. People like it when I like have a book and I talk about it in detail and I go through it. So I kind of incorporated that into this video, and I feel that worked quite well. And I was quite proud of it too. Hi, hi, Dan. Thank you. That's really kind, Diana. I know I've always asked this, but you should. You really should. That's a lot of money, you know. Yeah, it's really kind of you. As long as you don't need that, you know. It's really, really sweet when people super chat and stuff. I worry. As long as you've got what you need, first, you know. As long as you've got what you need first. Thank you very much. An angel investor. Yeah. But as long as angel investors have enough money for their own bills, you know, as long as angels can afford their own wings and to keep their halos on, you know. Gosh, you're too kind. It's really kind, Princess Diana. Yeah, as long as you can pay rent on your cloud. Okay. I feel like I can't really move on now. Anyway, trying to regain my composure here. This section of the video where I'm talking about Carol Pateman, I think is some of the best work I did last year. I'm really, really pleased with it. I think intellectually it was good. I just think it was good content, like good educational content. I was really pleased with it. Yeah. Yeah, I think this video came together really well. Oh, also, I have some sad news, which is that the venue where we filmed Transhumanism, I wanted to go back there and film the next episode there too, but it yeah, it's closed. The venue's closed. It oh, Dedius, that's too much. Like, thank you. You guys gotta feed yourselves, like. Thank you. Yeah, Finn, I don't know how you do this, man, like, Finster, I don't know how you do it, I'm gonna be having dinner with Finster in a couple of weeks and ask him how he does it, like, phenomenal. Thank you, Nick Benzema. Oh my god, was that a strike? Yeah, so unfortunately, the venue where we filmed Transhumanism is going to be, their rent has gone up and they can't afford it, and it's going to be knocked down and turned into flats, which is a shame. Diana, in my case specifically, why do you think I can't afford it? I guess it's because I don't know anyone who can. But, you know, I trust you. I didn't mean to imply that you can't. I just want to make sure, you know, because I know how parasocial relationships work, and you know, I want to make sure that you're okay. Thank you, Lizzie Pointy Horse, as well. Yeah, so the venue where we filmed this, I just had a text from my agent, my YouTube agent, Dave. about the Prince premiere. Yeah. I wanted to go back and film the next episode there, but it's been knocked down, sadly, so I've had to find another venue. But oh well. And then we did Is Art Meaningless? Now, this one undercooked. This one underperformed. It was my only video from last year not to break 1 million, which is okay. You know, 860,000 views. Pretty good, you know? Nothing to sneeze at. I think the intellectual content of this is interesting, and I think the looks are some of my favorite that we did all year. I think this one is kind of a little bit is maybe underappreciated, and I've had to sort of think about why. I think part of it is because the philosophy of art isn't necessarily a super relatable topic. It's not really easy to connect to current events, or thank you so much, Cathresia. It's not easy to relate that to like current events, you know. It may just be like a slightly more niche topic, and that's okay. That's okay. Like, I'm trying hard to look at Philosophy Tube episodes because, you know, it feels like every time I make one I start again, and I'm like, okay, maybe I need to look at this over the course of the year. That yes, this one may be underperformed, but over the course of the year, like as part of my intellectual output and my educational output, you know, I'm okay with that because I enjoyed making it and it was fun. And if you're interested in like philosophy for philosophy's sake, this is a good one for that. So it was also, I think, a worthwhile experiment because I experimented a bit more with the editing. So you might remember that towards the first end of last year, thank you so much, Prince of Moths, towards this first half of last year, I often opened the video by saying, hi, my name is Abigail, this is what the video is going to be. With this one, I experimented more with just jumping straight in and go, here's the issue. And I think I want to do that a little bit more. I think I do. Yeah. I'll play around with it. Making the first minute the trailer, I think, is something fun. I think it's cool. It also allows me to very easily clip it and put it on Twitter and like get hype going, you know. And this idea of making the first minute the trailer really came into the foreground with this one, and this is where you can see the kind of like the build-up of everything I sort of learned about creating over the year. It was like my final exam. So we've got I'm trying to find a good screenshot to freeze on. That'll do. You can really see like that I've learned the lesson about the title. I didn't change this one. I didn't change it at all. I just kind of got it first time. Like narrative problem is a good, like, I emailed my doctor 133 times, that's narrative. Problem, the crisis in British healthcare. Like, here's the story, here's the issue. Like, that's something I want to play with a little bit more. You'll also notice it does not have Philosophy Tube at the end of it. Normally I put a vertical and then Philosophy Tube. I didn't this time. That was deliberate. Not because it isn't a Philosophy Tube episode, it is, but because a friend of mine said, hey, it just kind of like clutters up the title, and if I don't know who you are, then it doesn't mean anything to me. And if I do know who you are, then I already know it's you. I was like, okay, I'll leave it off this time and experiment. Didn't hurt it at all, so great. Thank you so much, Jennifer Rouge. That's really, really kind of you. Super chat as well. Oh, thank you. These guys are so nice. This video, I think I'm very proud of. It was really kind of back to what we were doing at the start of the year, like social good and healthcare. We kind of came full circle, didn't we? Just noticed that. Kind of like the vaccines one, it's about like social good and healthcare and like using the power of education to help people. Obviously it took a long time, literally years, to like research it, and it took a long time to write. I was writing this one in the background like all year. It did super well. People really liked it. People really connected with it. We've talked a little bit about it already on the last postmortem stream, so I won't sort of harp on it, but yeah, 1.4 million views. Most of that came in like the first month. It's really it's really fun. I'm really proud of it. I think the looks are good, but they don't distract. And it's sort of like, I want to do like a bit of a balance. Like sometimes it's nice to do like, hey, I'm a sexy like influencer look, and sometimes it's nice to do like, this is a theatrical costume, like Yossarian. Like I'm trying to say something artistically with this. It's not just a kind of like, there's like a difference between like when I'm trying to say something artistically with the costuming and when I'm like, okay, here's like a fashion look that's something cool to look at, inspired by what we're talking about. Like, I feel like it's fine to have both. But this one was definitely like aired more on the side of theatrical costumes, which I really enjoyed. Thank you so much, Lady Frankenstein. Hey, good to see you again on the live streams. That's really cool. It was a long one. It was a double length one. I think. So I know that the vogue for video essays at the moment is sort of 90 minutes to 2 hours. I think I want to stick within the realm of 30 to 45 minutes for now. I think this one was good, and I think this one needed to be double length. Thank you so much to Miko Sarin. Congratulations. I think this one needed to be double length just because it's a big topic and there was a lot to say. But thank you so much, Katerina Reversi. But I think it took 2 days to film, and that was really challenging. It was also very expensive because, 2 days means renting the venue for 2 days, means hiring crew for 2 days, and I talked a little bit about this on Patreon in my kind of financial roundup from last year. Every December, if you don't know, I do a public post on Patreon so anyone can read it, where I talk about the channel's finances and like where the income's coming from and where it's going. The biggest expense in the last year was crew, because Brian, the Philosophy Tube stylist, asked for and got a raise, deservedly so. He's rising to prominence in the styling industry. He's styling all kinds of celebrities now, in addition to me. So he's, said I need some more money, and I was like, okay, that's fine. And I also used Nikki. Nikki was my makeup artist on every video this year. Nikki charges more than my previous makeup artist did the year before. Deservedly so. Nikki's very, very good, extremely talented, and a wonderful, wonderful person. So I was happy to pay her more too. And the crew and the venue, hiring them for 2 days back to back was kind of big money. Diaria, no, I'm saying I want to stick to about 45 minutes because like I know the fashion is for like 2 hours, but I think I want to stay in my like 30 to 45 minutes, unless it's like a special occasion, or something like this where the topic needs the time. I think I know how to pace and write a 45-minute script pretty well, and I also, me and the crew are pretty slick about like knowing what we can do in that time and what we can get filmed in a day. So every video essay I've shown you from like this year, other than this one, were all filmed in 1 day. We get in at 8, we leave at 6, we get the whole thing. So yeah, it's people saying 2-hour video essays don't have sets and crews. Yeah, very possibly. If it's just 2 hours of someone in their bedroom, or they do all the makeup and the looks themselves, then yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I think the next one, the script I'm looking at, I'm aiming between 30 and 45 minutes again. And again, so this one you'll remember that the first minute is basically the trailer. That was very, very deliberate. I wrote that deliberately. Partly so that I could clip it and put it on Twitter, but partly because I was like, I want to jump straight into the action. I don't want to have it be a kind of silly, like, hello, welcome to my channel, this is me. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of done with that now. You got to help people. You got to get them in. So, yeah, that was why I wrote the opening the way that I did it. I think it worked pretty well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what I can learn this year about getting better at being a YouTuber. Of course, this year is the 10th anniversary of Philosophy Tube. On the 31st of May, Philosophy Tube will be 10 years old. And I almost feel like I want to do something special, but I don't know what it will be yet. I'm not sure. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Yeah, 31st of May, the channel will be 10 years old. Wow. I feel like it could be fun to do a retrospective, but I kind of don't want to go and look at some of the old ones for various reasons, It's kind of amazing. At the very least, I'll do like a live stream. At the very least, it would be cool to do some kind of like live thing, but that would again be big money. Yeah. yeah. We shall see. We shall see. It's kind of a big milestone. I remember saying a couple of years ago that when I get to 10 years, I'll stop. I don't think I will. I'm kind of enjoying it more than I did even 18 months ago. Get together guest stars from old videos. Oy. Maybe. No, I tell you what, I haven't had a guest star on camera in years. I can't remember who the last actual guest star I had on camera was. I don't remember who it was, but all being well, there will be an on-camera guest star in the next one. I guess Reese. Reese wasn't really a guest star. Reese is like a guest and a star, but Reese was like a professional actor who I hired. Not like another creator who appears on the screen. Adam Conover, I think. Or was it Devon from Legal Eagle? It was definitely like pre-transition, I think. Yeah. I think it was pre-transition. I don't think I've actually had anyone on Return of the H-Bomb joint stream. H-Bomb's busy these days. He's all over internationally, you know. I think it may well have been Adam Conover or Legal Eagle. So yeah, I haven't had an on-screen fellow creator in so long, and all being well, the next video will have one, a very quick, like, lightning fast cameo from someone who's going to come to London and like film something super quick. So that'll be fun. Yes, you're right. Magus Morgan death on January the 30th will be 2 years since my coming out video. Kind of momentous too. Harris is filming in garages all over the globe. That's fun. TIE Fighter says, have you received any issues with casting directors due to the nature of your face doing that thing that it does? Not really. No, can't say that I have, not that I'm aware of. You know, I'm still going out to auditions. In fact, I've gotten, my agent just emailed me a few hours ago saying, hey, do you want to do a self-tape for this, like, small role this weekend? And I'm going, yeah, okay, cool, you know? It's one of those jobs that's just like a job. And that's actually what acting is most of the time, is like, well, you know, it's a couple of days and you've not got many lines and it's just a sort of, you just go in and you do it, you know? That's actually most of it. So, you know, I do get to do, occasionally you get to do big things like, you know, Django, got like a proper character, and then the things that I'm filming now where it's like, yes, it's a small role, but it's like a really big, incredible production, and it's like so cool to be in it, like top level. But, you know, most of it is just like, do you want like, you know, 3 lines in the bill, or do you want like, you know, 2 lines in this thing for Channel 4? And it's like, yeah, okay, cool, I do that. Like, that's fine. Iron Bullymore says, what does your face do? Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. Like, my face just completely changed shape, but only very so slightly, but like in a very like natural way that still looks like I didn't have anything done, but I didn't have anything done. That's the craziest thing. I just kind of woke up and this happened. Like, unbelievable. So yeah, wild, right? So yeah, that's kind of fun. So I've got I just go out and audition for stuff. I'm going to have a meeting with, so my agent has lots of different departments. I'm with United, very big agent, and I'm going to have a meeting with them soon, because I'm not actually officially represented by their voiceover division yet, even though I have done a fair bit of voiceover work. The voiceover work that I've done is people actually specifically requesting me, but I'm not actually being submitted for voiceover jobs. So, and I like voiceover work, it's good. And I've also got like a massive range, because I've got like, you know, I've got 2 voices. So that's fun. So I'm going to have a meeting in the next couple of months with the voiceover department of my agency, and like, you know, it's not going to hurt my career to have them like submitting me for voiceover jobs, whether I get them or not. Like, you know, that's fine. It's just not going to hurt having more people like, trying to find me work, you know. Mars Camper says, Nebula premiere of The Prince when? Babes, we just talked about it. It was the first thing we talked about on the screen, on the stream. It's on the 15th of February in New York, and I've just gotten a text from my YouTube agent saying tickets sold out in under 30 minutes. So, or rather, like they've been, I think that the caveat is that like if everyone who's requested a ticket is a Nebula subscriber, then the tickets are already gone. But hey, by all means, keep registering and like see if you can get one, because maybe a whole bunch of people signed up like maliciously or because they didn't want it. So, yeah. Oh, Erin, it's pronounced Erin Bullimore. Okay, thank you. So yeah, I just go out for auditions and I do my best. I had to be quite conscious when my face was about to do that thing, that it just did on its own one day. And I had to go, okay, because I was planning the thing that my face was just going to do completely on its own. And I was planning, like, I don't want to change my casting, because I have what we call period casting, which is when you, because some people, and it's kind of a weird, it's not like a science really, or maybe it is, I don't know, but some people, if you put them in a period drama, you're like, I just don't buy it. If you've got like a lot of like lip fillers, or you just have a very modern face, then people just like, it just looks weird. So if you have period casting, which I do, then you can do period dramas, and it's a good thing to be able to do. Thank you so much, Freya Aloysius. That's kind of you. Congratulations. Oramus says, would you ever do another abstract episode like Data? Maybe, if the inspiration struck. Maybe. I'm not going to say no, but yeah. Yeah, so I have period casting, so when I was planning to do that thing that my face just did, I had to say to the magic magician who did it, I want to keep period casting, and he said, yeah, that's all to do with like the shape of the tip of your nose, don't worry, I won't use my wizard powers on that. And then I just woke up and it had just done it, so that was kind of cool. Yeah, the face that looks like you know what texting is. Yeah. So yeah. That's cool. I really enjoy acting. I'm really enjoying it at the moment. Like, so thank you so much to Adsol for that super chat. I have to be a little bit careful what I say here, because I don't want to give too much away. But the first 2 weeks of January were quite rough for me, for, romantic reasons. And a couple of my friends had to come round and help me out because I wasn't coping in a good way. And a couple of my friends, I will tell you who one of them is. One of them is like a private friend, but the other one, Paris Lee's best-selling author, incredible woman, best friend. She called me up and she gave me a good talking to. Kind of had a little bit of an intervention actually, and was like, "Look, you've got to sort yourself out." And she was right. And I sort of took a bit of a look at my life, and that included a look at my acting career and the way I'd been approaching it. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I sort of changed the way, because when I make a video, I have my 3 criteria for whether or not I'm happy with it. Like, is it my original creative vision? Did I make it from curiosity, not ambition? Did I make it out of compassion for myself and others? I didn't have that with acting. And I was really kind of like beating myself up when it came to acting. I was very, very critical of myself, always on set. I was like, I've got to be better, like I'm not doing this right. And so I thought, okay, actually I think I want to sit down and try and come up with criteria like that for my acting, for when I'm going to be happy with it, so that when I walk off the set, I'm good and I'm not like needing external validation. Because the thing about acting is you don't get a lot of external validation. You do the take and then the director's not going to come up and you say, well done, good job. It doesn't happen. You've got to kind of learn to be your own cheerleader. And so yeah, that's kind of what Paris told me. She gave me a bit of a kick up the arse about it actually, and she was completely right. So I sort of had a bit of a reassess, and now that I've done that, I then went back to set and I feel so much better, and I've just been enjoying acting so much more, and I feel like I've been doing better too. So I feel like I'm in a good place, on a good track. A philosophy of acting, you might say, says Jazzy B. Yeah. So yeah, it's been really good. I'm happy. I'm really enjoying my acting lately. And like, who knows? There are some other goals I have for this year. I have been pitching and will be pitching my own projects, because I don't just want to sit around and wait to get, cast in this or that. I want to be pitching my own stuff, like writing my own stuff, being in my own stuff. Or at the very least, if I don't write all of it, at least like pitching it to a production company, and then they say, okay, we'll bring on a writer to write this, and it'll be your idea. I think I want to move into doing that sort of thing, because otherwise my career is just going to be like 2 lines in this and 3 lines in that. And I don't lose anything by trying, by submitting for stuff. Like if I submit 1 million pitches and then get 1 million rejections, then I'm exactly where I am, right? I don't lose anything. But if I submit 1 million pitches and one of them gets made, great. So towards the tail end of last year, I submitted 2 pitches for TV series. One of them got rejected because it wasn't very good. And I got some good feedback from that. I was like, oh, actually, you're right. That isn't very good. Let me think about and adapt my next one. And one of them got rejected, sadly, because we just couldn't get the rights to the book. It was adapting a book, and I went all the way with trying to get the rights, and they just said no. And I've had to put it on the back burner for now, which was heartbreaking, but it needed to happen. So I'm working on more pitches. There's a couple of ideas for feature films that I'd like to pitch this year. There's no guarantee any of this will ever get made, and certainly if it does, it won't get made soon. And there's also a pitch for a TV series that I'm working on at the moment, that I've sent to my writing agent, and she's like, this is really, really good. Like, just here's what I would suggest, changing. And then, you send it to me and we'll submit it, and we'll see if we get any bites. Like it's like fishing, really. You just got to change the bait, and see what you can get, and like I say, I don't lose anything by trying. And I really enjoy sitting in my trailer writing a script, because there's a lot of sitting around on a film set. And so for the last couple of weeks, I've been doing these night shifts, filming this kind of nighttime sequence. I'm not in every shot, so often I've got time to sit around in my trailer, and I'm like, well, I could scroll Twitter, or I could be like honing a pitch document, like trying to laser focus a pitch document to a particular TV network because I know what they're looking for. And like, it's quite fun actually to like, I enjoy the puzzle of a while ago I read an interview with the head of content for like one particular platform, like a streaming platform, and the head of content was talking about what she likes to see in a pitch, and I was like, okay, cool, like I can tailor my pitch, I can use that kind of language, I can start like getting into the industry mindset. And who knows, I might send this pitch doc to my agent for this TV series, and then it might just get rejected completely everywhere. Or it might actually, and this does happen, it might get accepted and commissioned, and then I get the money for it, and then I spend 6 months writing it, and then someone turns around and says, oh no, sorry, there's been a change of executive at the top and we're not making it anymore. That happens. That does happen. It's heartbreaking when it does, but like, there's no guarantee that anything I submit will ever get made, but I feel like, that's something I'd like to try and do in this year. I think it would be fun, at least, if nothing else. I'm really like, when the creative inspiration strikes, I gotta honor it, right? So yeah, today I've been like, just refining my pitch talk and thinking about things and bouncing ideas off friends, and they go, oh, that's really good. And like, got a really nice email from my agent being like, yeah, this is cool. I think, you need to change this and this. And I was like, oh yeah, cool. So, I'm on my way up. That's what I'm telling myself. Guinevere Allen says they pay you for writing it and then change their minds. Oh yeah, that can happen. They'll give you like a small amount of money and say, come back in 3 months with a pilot or with a script, and then they'll go, yeah, it's really great, we're really excited about it. Then you won't hear anything, and then 2, 3, 4 months later they go, oh sorry, one of the executives who really liked this has moved on, and their replacement doesn't like it, or like, oh sorry, actually we've had a rethink and it clashes with something else we're going to do. Like, that kind of thing happens all the time. TV and writing is a very, very fickle business. Fortunately, I've got a lot going for me. I've got a really good agent. My debut play won a bunch of awards, and also like doing this premiere in New York, that's not going to hurt. So, be cool if you could do more martial arts roles for women, including trans women. Damn, that'd be cool, hey? That'd be sick. Nice, thoughtful. Jazzy B, exciting possibilities. Yes, yeah. I've got a lot going for me. I'm in a good place right now. A while ago, I was like stressing about like, oh, I'm in my late 20s and like I really need to be like, further up and need to be further up than I am now. But then again, it was Paris who said to me like, look, don't even worry about it. Like, look at what you've done. Like, you've done Django, that's coming out. You've got this small role in Redacted, the thing that you're filming at the moment, which is, yeah, okay, it's a small role, but it's like a multi-billion-dollar franchise that everyone's heard of. So when you can say I was in that, it's like a real mark of professionalism and a real mark of like, okay, this is a girl that we can trust with a piece of the $200 million machine. Like, and it'll turn out okay. So yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be a fun. Really funny that you guys think Doctor Who has a budget of £200 million. Doctor Who has a budget of about £5. From what I've heard, I don't know. I've never been anywhere near it. I know somebody. There was a girl at my drama school actually who was in Doctor Who. She had a small role in it. Yeah, she had a small role in it. And she was telling me a little bit about how like casting for that works and like little things like that. So, yeah, it's fun. Doctor Who has like negative £20. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm a British actor and they make a lot of Doctor Who, so I'm like, statistically, at some point I've got to be in it, right? Like, come on. There's not that many actors. If you're going through like 20, 30 new people every episode and you keep making them, then surely at some point, I'm like, come on, like, you're gonna run out, right? So yeah, that'd be fun. And I'm submitting my own stuff too, and it's kind of cool. So yeah, that's what the next year is gonna kind of look like. Oh yeah, let me talk about the next episode of Philosophy Tube as well. The next episode of Philosophy Tube films on the 7th of February. New venue. I haven't seen any of the looks yet that Brian's working up, but we're designing some really cool looks together. I'm pretty pleased with the script. I think the script needs one more draft, and I think over the next couple of weeks in my trailer I'm going to continue honing it. There's an exercise I like to do with scripts where like I write out each paragraph, I summarize it in a sentence, and then I can see whether the sentences follow and whether they make sense. So I need to do that exercise again and build a new draft. But the next one is going to be about FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried and effective altruism, that kind of philosophy. I think the working title is like Can Billionaires Be Ethical, something. So like narrative problem, like we were talking about earlier on, right? So that would be cool. When can you tell us what Redacted is? I don't know. I've actually asked them this. And even the 3 ADs and the producers don't know. Thank you so much, Karina Freeman. This one is, this thing I'm filming right now is the most absolutely top secret thing I've ever been in. To the point where when I auditioned, they wouldn't tell me what the audition was for. And my agent was like, we're pretty sure it's this, but they wouldn't even tell my agent. And my agent are United. And my agent was like, yeah, we're pretty sure it's this, but and also the script was fake. The script they gave me was a fake script, and you can tell when a script is a real script that's been written for a scene for 2 characters, and when a script has been written for an audition, because it's quick and easy. And I'm like, okay. There was a fake script and it was a super secret audition. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to tell you what it is, because it's all under super NDA, and I've not even got the whole script. I don't even know what happens. I just get my pages. And then I'm able to say okay, when I say this, what does this refer to? And they're like, can we tell what happens in scene? And 5 phone calls get made, and someone goes, okay, we can tell you that this word means this. And I'm like, okay, cool. You just got to roll with it because it's super duper duper top secret stuff, which is amazing. It's cool to be in something like that. So yeah, you just gotta roll with it. It's part of the fun, really, part of the mystery. And even a lot of the crew don't even know don't even know what it is. They're like, yeah, we don't get to see the script until the day we film it. They tell us what it is. Obviously, the director and the writer does, and I met the head writer actually, and can I say that? Yeah, I feel like I can tell that. I feel like I can tell if I anonymize it enough. So the head writer was on set one time, and I'll use gender neutral pronouns so you don't know who they are. But I was on set one time and the head writer came on. She was like, Abigail, and I was like, hi, and they said, oh, I'm like a huge fan of Philosophy Tube, and like the whole set like stopped as this was happening, and like. I was like, oh my god, yay! That was really, really fun. So, yeah, it turns out the head writer's a fan. So, shout out to you if you're watching. Thanks. Really honoured to be in it. And I will tell you, I'll tell you what it is when I know, or when I know I'm allowed to say it. I think it's best to err on the side of caution with these things. So, yeah. Anyway, I think we are coming to the end. It sounds like we're playing the music that we like to play at the end. So, thank you so much for joining me. Oh, this was so much fun. I missed live streaming. I missed it. It's good to be back. It's really good to be back. Thank you all for joining me. If you haven't already registered to come to the premiere of The Prince in New York, I would suggest you do that, because apparently tickets are going fast. Yeah, register, get your tickets. I'll see some of you on the red carpet. Yeah, thanks so much for coming. Thank you to everyone who super chats. Wonderful. Don't deserve all this love and support and success. But I hope you all have a very pleasant evenings, or whatever time it is where you are. And thanks so much for coming out.